Hey there, my name is Chris, and I am so excited that you are tuning in today. We are in a series called Technicolor. In this series, we're looking at how God is working in our world like an artist, creating a beautiful work of art. Every single one of us gets to be a part of that. Let's get started today with a game called What's in the Painting? Now, as you can probably guess, I'm going to be showing you paintings during this game, and your job is to guess what's in them. I'm not just going to show you the painting, though. I'm going to show you the painting, but we're going to be way zoomed in on it, and you're going to have to guess what is going on in this painting. Let's take a look at our first one. All right, is this a painting of a forest, a race car, or a turtle? Those are very different things. What do you think? Is it a forest, a race car, or a turtle? Make your guess. Let's check out the answer. It is a turtle. All right, that was a good start. Let's take a look at our second painting. All right, what is this a painting of? Is this a painting of strawberries, flowers, or candy? What do you think? Is this strawberries, flowers, or candy? Let's go ahead and see what our answer is. It is strawberries. This is a picture of some strawberries. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's take a look at our third picture. What could this picture be of? Is this ocean waves? Is this a waterfall, or is it a pond? Oh wow, those are pretty similar. This one could be tough. Do you think this is an ocean, waterfall, or just a pond? Let's take a look at the answer. This is the ocean waves. These are getting a little trickier. Let's take a look at the next picture. All right, what is this? Is this a picture of A, jelly beans, B, flowers, or C, a house? What do you think the answer is? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. The answer is flowers. It is a bunch of flowers. All right, we've got a few more to go. Let's see if we can guess this next picture. What is this painting of? Is it of a city? Is it of a fruit basket? Or is it of horses? What do you think the answer is? Make your choice. Let's see what it really is of. Horses. This is a painting of horses. All right, let's take a look at our next painting. Is this A butterfly, B, a sunset, or C, a rainbow? Let's see, you gotta make your choice in 3, 2, 1. It is a butterfly. All right, we've got one painting left, so make your guess on this painting. Ready? Is this A, polar bear, a rushing river, or mountains? All right, make your guess. You've got 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. It is mountains. It's actually really interesting how tough it can be when you're so zoomed in and so focused on one tiny thing. It's hard to see the bigger picture. It's hard to see what's actually going on. All right, that was pretty fun. Let's answer our question of the day. All right, our question of the day is, what is your favorite thing to do inside? This is a great one to answer. What is something you love to do that you just can't wait to do while you are inside? Go ahead and talk about it if there are other people there with you, or just think about your own answer if you're just watching by yourself. We'll be back in just a few seconds. Ready to go? Great. I've actually been getting really into painting recently. I actually thought I would show you a couple of paintings that I did pretty recently. These are planets, just little pieces of planets. I got Jupiter here and Saturn over here. It's really, really fun. All right, next we get to check in with Becca and the Source team to see what's going on in their world this week.
Hey everyone, I'm Becca. If you wanted to change the world, what would you do? Would you start your own internet show?
Would you become a famous superstar?
Would you make a big scientific discovery? Those are ways to make a difference, but there is one way you can change the world today. It's something called grace. The Source team is going to experience the power of grace today too. Let's see what happens.
I'm Samantha Stone, and that's your morning announcements. Have a great day, Arcadia High.
I can't believe you gave up doing the morning announcements. Why would you do that?
Well, someone gave me a second chance when I didn't deserve it, so I should do the same thing for someone else.
I hope Samantha appreciates it.
Virtue is its own reward.
Hey, Gabby, question.
Yeah.
What do you think about adding a computer to that corner over there?
This one? I think
What are you
it's a
looking
good
at?
idea, but I think we need to look into what that would mean. But
Yes.
budget and spatially.
Yes. I feel like we could get a used one, maybe. I don't know. A nice
used
one of these
computer?
desks.
Well, is there an outlet in the corner?
No.
Bowie! What are you doing?
Oh, just looking for a disguise. Found it.
Bowie! Did you not see us here?
Oh yeah, sorry. I am in a rush.
Bowie, you do this all the time. You act like what we're doing isn't important.
But I need a disguise.
It's called manners.
Jesse, help me out here, please.
Gabby's right. You kind of interrupted us.
I just think you need to be a little more aware of your surroundings, Bowie.
Look, it won't happen again. Okay? Promise. I didn't want a brown wig.
What's that?
Well, since we have more money for the paper, I'm designing a new layout for the newsroom.
You designed that?
I kind of dabble in interior decorating.
It looks amazing. What was that sound?
It's the yellow phone.
That's a phone?
Yeah, from a million years ago. This is why we need a new redesign for the newsroom. Hi, Principal Corbin. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, I can be right there. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna go show my designs to Miss Wayne and Principal Corbin. I will be right back.
Wait, Gabby, your tablet.
Jesse! The Fowler brothers are doing a special live stream right now. Grab your laptop.
I think I left it at home. Where's your laptop?
I don't want to talk about that. Let's just say that there was an incident with some peanut butter, and I'm not allowed to have another expensive device until I'm 30. What about Gabby's tablet?
Bowie, I don't think that's a good idea. Gabby's been pretty annoyed at you lately.
Jesse, the Fowler brothers are live right now. If we miss it, we'll never see it again. Okay. Come on. Oh, it's moving so slow. Why are there so many windows open? I'm gonna close a few. Close this one of a room here.
Wait. That's Gabby's design for the newsroom. Make sure you save that one.
Uh-oh.
Dude. Gabby is going to obliterate you.
Okay, will you relax? Maybe I can find it.
Check here.
Where?
That one, this folder.
I forgot my tablet. Bowie, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Why are you wearing my tablet?
What's the tablet?
Hopefully you didn't do anything. is my room design?
Gabby, before you get mad, just want you to know that I'm really, really sorry. But I erased it. Are we good? I'm sorry. We're okay? Okay. That's good.
Time and time again, I ask you to be more careful, but you don't. You just go all Bowie.
I said I was sorry.
Okay, I can't right now. Can you please just leave me alone?
What am I supposed?
That was pretty harsh.
Not at all.
What's that?
This is a book of all the annoying things Bowie has done since I've known him.
Whoa. It's as thick as a book from advanced English class. This thing is massive.
Well, Bowie massively makes mistakes.
Well, what about giving Bowie the same grace you gave Samantha?
I'm all out of grace.
Gabby is having a tough time with the idea of showing Bowie some grace. Then again, Bowie did lose her files and can't really fix it. What do you think they should do? Well, I've got some questions about that for you. I would challenge you, after I read these questions, to pause the video and think about your own answer, or if you're watching with other people, talk about your answers together. The first question is, how did Gabby show grace to Samantha earlier in this episode? And then there's a second part to this question too. How do you think Gabby could show grace to Bowie? All right, don't pause the video yet. We've got a second question coming up. Here it is. Have you ever been given something really good that you didn't deserve? How did you feel? All right, go ahead, pause the video, talk about those two questions, and when you're ready, restart it and we'll get going again. Ready to go? Great. Next up, Becca's got a story for us about someone who was shown incredible grace. Let's take a look.
Hey again. Earlier I said we could change the world through something called grace. Grace is incredible. So incredible, it can even be hard for us to understand. Showing grace means doing good for someone who doesn't deserve it. What does that look like? Well, once in the Bible, God taught someone named Ananias about grace. Ananias was a follower of Jesus and a leader in the church. As the church was growing, someone wanted to stop them. His name was Saul. One day, Ananias got a surprising message from God.
Ananias, I want you to go see Saul.
Whoa, God, I know all about this guy, and Saul is a terrible person. I mean, he hurts people who follow Jesus, and he puts them in jail, and I don't want to be arrested or anything, so. Then God showed Ananias a vision, kind of like a dream. It went something like this.
Saul had been riding towards Damascus when all of a sudden he was stopped by a bright light, and then I talked to him. The light was so bright that Saul became blind.
That's great! Now he can't hurt me!
That's not the point. I want you to go to Saul and...
Take him down!
No. I'm going to heal him. I want you to give Saul a second chance to do what's right.
What? He totally doesn't deserve that. I mean, what if he doesn't change, or what if he's just pretending? It wasn't an easy choice, but Ananias decided to obey God. He went to Saul and talked with him. Hey, Saul, I'm here to help, I promise. When Ananias touched Saul's eyes, suddenly they were healed. Ananias probably never imagined what happened next. God's grace changed Saul's life forever. Saul started following Jesus and became known as Paul. He told thousands of people about God and started a lot of the first churches. He even wrote a bunch of the books we still have in our Bibles today. All of that happened because of the power of grace. Here's what I want you to remember today. God's grace changes lives. It must have been so hard for Ananias to show Saul grace, but that grace changed Saul's life. When we show grace to others, we have the chance to make a big difference in their lives too. Let's see if Gabby can find a way to show Bowie some grace in The Source.
Oh, you're not missing much, Trixie, just the usual amount of craziness. Well, Bowie deleted all of Gabby's designs for the new newsroom. I know. Yeah. I'll make sure to get. Yeah. I'll make sure to get your assignments. Oh, I will definitely keep you posted. Okay. See you later. What button ends the call?
Gabby, listen to me. I'm sorry.
Your sorry is meaningless.
What can I do?
Oh, can you restore all the work I did on the room designs?
No, I can't. I tried. But it's gone.
Okay, well, until you can fix it, apology not accepted. Don't say anything.
I'm not.
He needs to understand that what he did was wrong.
I think he already knows.
No, he doesn't, because he keeps doing things like this over and over again. Today he destroys my work, one day he'll destroy the entire newsroom.
Well, aren't we getting a new one? I'm kidding. I think you should just give him some grace.
He needs to learn that he can't always just act like the lovable goofball. I know what I'll do. Since he destroyed my work, I'm gonna take away his disguises. All right. So long, Rad Riley. Adios, Dr. Wigatoni.
What are you doing there, Gabby? Hold on, Jesse, don't leave. I want to talk to both of you. I just passed Bowie walking morosely through the hallway, and I thought to myself, what could be wrong? And then I realized I have a whole newsroom full of precocious students.
Mr. Corbin, I can explain.
Let me guess. Bowie did something Bowie-like, and now you're teaching him a lesson.
That is scary accurate, Principal C.
You need to understand. Bowie destroyed all of my work, Mr. Corbin.
I don't think he did it on purpose.
No, he never does it on purpose, Mr. I just feel like I keep going through this over and over again.
You should show Principal C your book.
Now is not the time, Jesse.
Well, what's the book? Wrong Things Bowie Does. You keep track of every wrong thing Bowie does?
Well, how else am I supposed to remember what he does?
Gabby, Bowie can never live up to your expectations if you keep track of all the annoying things he does.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Give him grace.
But I am so tired of always letting things go.
Are you really letting things go?
Well,
But you were able to give grace to Samantha.
I don't know. That was easier for some reason.
Well, sometimes it's harder to give grace to people that we're closest to.
But aren't people supposed to get what they deserve?
Jesse, if your best friend broke your favorite game, what would you do?
Well, if it was my best friend, of course I'll let it go.
Okay, now what if it was your sibling? I'm pretty sure you'd come rolling in like a hurricane.
That's true. My brother breaks my stuff, I make him pay.
But I already showed grace to Samantha. Wasn't that enough?
Well, it's easy to show grace in the big things, right? When we show grace in a big way, like forgiving someone we don't like very much, we can feel pretty good. People might even say, oh, Gabby, she's such a good person. But it's hard, it's really hard to show grace in the small stuff, like broken things and annoying habits and erased files, right? That's the grace that's tough.
Okay, maybe I can do it one day, but I just don't have it in me.
Well, that's when we ask God to help us. When we know what we should do, but we just can't do it, we ask for God's grace to help us.
But
Yo, Principal C just hit you with that mic drop.
okay, fine. I will go talk to Bowie. But I cannot promise you any more than that.
So, this is the famous newsroom.
Bowie, why are you wearing a disguise?
Bowie? Well, who is Bowie? I am Bronson Incognito. I am a transfer student from France.
Dear God, please give me the grace to show grace.
Grace? Well, who is Grace? Merci beaucoup. What is that?
It's a book.
Wrong things Bowie does. Chapter 1. Bowie's annoying habits. You keep a book about me.
That's how I process.
I get it. After all, I am annoying. Wait, hey, stop, what are you doing?
I'm getting rid of it! It wasn't right for me to keep this. A friend shouldn't keep record of wrongs. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? I'm the one that's doing the annoying stuff. I am so confused.
Bowie, you're my friend. That outweighs any book. I accept you just the way you are. Bowie, I'm so sorry for making you feel like you're not good enough.
Try to be better. I just keep messing stuff up no matter how hard I try it. It makes my parents mad.
Oh, Bowie.
Well, thank you for giving me grace and being my friend.
You're not just my friend. You're one of my best friends. Okay, let's try it this way.
I'm really glad that Gabby chose to forgive Bowie. I think all of us are going to need to forgive our friends sometimes. I know I have. Here's what I want us to remember today. God's grace changes lives. Now remember, grace means getting something good when you don't deserve it. It would be a little bit like you did something at school that you knew was wrong, you knew you would get punished for it, and you got caught, and you were told what the punishment was, and then your friend stepped up and they said, hey, I'll take the punishment instead of them. How wild would that be? They didn't do anything wrong, they didn't do anything that deserved a punishment, but they said, I'll take the punishment that they deserve. That seems crazy and wild, but that is the kind of grace that God shows us. And that's the kind of grace that God challenges us to show to other people. The amazing thing is, when you decide to follow Jesus, He gives you unconditional love and grace, greater than you can ever imagine. That's what He did for Saul, too. Saul was a guy who had done some terrible things. But Jesus wanted him to know, I still love you. I still care about you. I'm still willing to give you a second chance. And that kind of grace changed Saul's life completely. It made him say, I don't want to stop people from knowing Jesus. I want to tell everybody about Jesus. I want everyone to know His story, because you're not going to find that kind of love, that kind of grace anywhere else. And Saul started sharing that grace and showing that love to other people. What an amazing transformation. Now, I want to show you an example of how that works. See, I've been saying that God's grace can come into our lives and change our lives, and then that grace through us changes other people. Now, that's amazing, but how does that really work? Well, it's a little bit like this water. You see, right now, this water looks a certain way. This water is clear. It looks like water, basically. But I can do something that will change this water. Now, this food coloring represents God's grace. And when I take just a little bit of this and drop it into this water, it's like when we experience God's grace in our lives. Just a few drops starts to fill up this whole thing of water with a new color, with a new thing, with something different. It's still the same water, but it's been forever changed by this food coloring. Now, when we follow God and trust Jesus with our lives start to change, just like the food coloring is changing this water. Just like that, we're still the same person, but we've been changed. We've been made into something new, something different by the love and grace of God. Now, having experienced that kind of grace might mean that we do some things that we didn't do before. Maybe it means we start reading our Bible and praying and going to church more so that we can learn about the amazing God that gave us that kind of grace. Maybe it means we start being kind to a kid in our class that we used to ignore. Maybe, like Saul, we decide, man, I want to tell everyone, I want to tell other people about how amazing God is and how much he loves me and how much he loves them. God's grace changes our lives, and he challenges us to change the lives of people around us too. So what happens when I take this water and I pour it into some other water? Well, let's see. This is like taking the grace that God has shown us and showing it to someone else, being kind, giving someone a second chance, showing them love, even if we're like, that person might not deserve it. God wants us to show them love because that's what he did for us. So what happens when we do that? Do you see what happened? This water changed color as well. Because when we show people grace, when we show people love, that shows them not only that we care about them, but that God cares about them too. That's why God's challenge is for us to show his grace to other people. Look at this verse from 2 Corinthians 5:17. It says, when anyone lives in Christ, the new creation has come. The old is gone, the new is here. Now here's an interesting question. Do you know who wrote those words and the whole book of 2 Corinthians? Saul. The same Saul that we were learning about earlier in our Bible story. Now later on in his life, Saul became known as Paul and wrote a whole bunch of the books that we can still read in our Bibles today. Saul wanted everybody to know how amazing God's grace was. So he wrote about it and he talked about it and he told people as often as he could how incredibly God had loved him. It's amazing to know that God will always love us and gives us a second chance when we need it. So my question for you this week is, who could we show grace to? Maybe you've felt frustrated with someone in your family. Or maybe you've argued with a friend. Showing them grace could mean going to them and saying, hey, I forgive you. I know we disagreed. I know I was frustrated, but I'm going to choose to love you. I'm going to choose not to be angry anymore. Maybe it could mean going to them and trying to understand what they think, how they feel, before telling them what you think and how you feel. Showing grace to others could make a huge difference in our lives and in their lives. Next, let's check in with Becca one more time. She has a great challenge for us this week.
Hey again. God's grace really is amazing. Saul experienced that grace and it changed his life. Both Bowie and Gabby needed some grace for each other today, but showing that grace made their friendship even stronger. My challenge for you this week is show grace. Give someone a second chance. Forgive them. Do something kind for them, even if you don't think they would do something kind for you. That's what God does for us. And that kind of grace makes the world better. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.
What an amazing challenge. I hope you will take that along with me this week. I'm going to be looking for people that I can show grace to in a little extra way. I want to pray with you in a moment, but first you should know there are some great things to do right underneath this video. Be sure to check them out. There are great questions that you can talk about with your family. There are activities you can do. There's so much more. Church doesn't stop here. Check out that stuff underneath the video. But first, let's wrap up in the best way possible by talking to God together. Let me pray for us. Let's close our eyes to show God some respect. God, thank you so much for every person watching this video, wherever they are, whatever is going on. Thank you that you have brought them here. Thank you that you have shown all of us so much grace. Help us to share that with others. Help us to show them grace, to give them a second chance, to forgive when we need to, because that grace, we know, changes lives. We love you, God. In your name, amen. All right, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic week. See you next time.